Hey everyone, Reverend Dr. Katie here. I'm here to talk to you about Mercury retrograde and how it is kicking my ass. It is seriously just kicking my ass. If it's kicking yours too, if you're having any troubles with communications, with electronics not working, with missed signals and conversations that go awry, this is for you. We are in a season of Mercury retrograde. Mercury is, of course, the planet closest to the sun, and a Mercury retrograde is when it appears that the planet Mercury goes backwards from its usual orbit from Earth. Of course, it's not really going backwards, but that's the way it appears to those of us here on Earth. When this happens, Mercury is the ancient god of communication, of delivering messages, so you can expect communications to get a little wonky. I'm going to give you a short list of my wonky communications the past 5 days. I had emails, pre-scheduled emails that didn't go out when they were supposed to like a whole bunch of people, with reminders like be here this time, we're gonna be in our Zoom meeting that time, etc., etc. I had today I was doing a training for 60 people who were registered, and it sent 30 of them to the wrong room. to to the wrong room. That was one. I've had emails just not go through the way they were supposed to. Fortunately, my interpersonal conversations have been really high vibration and good. So for me, it's been all electronics. I had something not appear on my Google Calendar that was actually really important, and I missed a podcast interview, and fortunately the person was very gracious and rescheduled. Anyway, this is just the short list. There have been other little things that have happened. And so, as metaphysical Christians, what do we do with stuff like this? So I'm going to give you just a few pointers. Make sure you're super grounded. If you don't know what grounding is, find out, contact me. You need to learn how to get grounded. Getting grounded really helps. And if you think about electricity, when you're grounded, all the stuff that you don't need in your body goes into the ground. And so if you are an electrical kind of antenna for energy, you can send some of that weirdness right into the ground. And the earth is really helpful in that regard. So one, just learning spiritual tools, making sure you have those in your toolbox is really good. Two, have a sense of humor. That actually raises your vibration. Things go awry. It's just an opportunity to experience a little contrast, of which we all have to in this life, and to get a little clarity on what we want to say, how we want to say it, and doing that with just a little bit of eloquence and grace. A third, it may be time to learn a little bit about astrology. It might be time to learn a little bit about how to ground, what to do, how to do all of that to really, really get your foundations and your fundamentals together, if that's not something that you've done yet on this journey. So if Mercury retrograde is kicking your ass, you're not alone. You are not alone. And it happens to everyone, right? So times in Mercury retrograde are actually beautiful times for us to sit back and reflect, to laugh a little bit. To just know that not every communication is always going to go exactly the way that we think it should, but there's always kind of something that maybe we can learn or take away from those experiences. So I'm super curious. Is your ass being kicked? If so, let us know. Let's have a little solidarity. I know we had a poll about it a day or two ago, but seriously, it's been just comical. It got past the point of annoying and just to the point of comical with me today. But raising your vibration around all of these things is actually really helpful. So when communications do go awry, when things happen, right? Things happen during Mercury retrograde, not during Mercury retrograde. It's actually not taking those so seriously is really helpful. Because I see a lot of people who kind of will collapse, oh my gosh, something bad happened, so my vibration is off, everything's gone. Well, sometimes there's just a simpler answer, it's Mercury retrograde. The whole planet is experiencing this right now. Your particular astrological sign might make you feel it a little deeper. But sometimes it's well, those are just moments for us to learn how to manage contrast in our lives. And we don't let them sink in. We don't actually let that ruin our lives. We're not doing something colossally wrong. So it's also an opportunity to get really curious and to continue to up-level, to continue to raise our vibration. Because those bumps are always going to happen because you're living and you're human and you're on the earth. It's what we do with the bumps that actually matters the most. So part of our journey as metaphysical Christians is to learn to continue to vibrate, to process, to let those things happen, and continue on our journey with a little learning and a little laughter. So I hope this is helpful. If you've been waiting to get started on some of these foundational stuff and you're just ready to dive into the deep end, let me know. Send me a message so we can definitely set up some learning for you to get all that in place. So by the next Mercury retrograde, none of this will seem quite so serious. All right, everyone. So I hope you're doing really, really good. Let me know how it's going, and I will be in touch soon.